Welcome to Kazi Big Boy Trev Extra. We give you the lowdown on all the latest news and reviews from across the world. My name is Big Boy Trev, and today it's all about the most expensive cars plying our roads. We're going to give you a lowdown. Which is the most expensive? What kind of performance does it have? And of course, the value for money proposition. So stay tuned. But before we start, please take some time to like, subscribe, and share on our channel, as you can see on the social media handles below. So first things first, let's take a look at the Bentley Bentayga. Well, Bentley Bentayga is one of the most expensive cars on our market, and of course it's based on the Volkswagen MQB platform. You've seen that with the Audi Q7, the Volkswagen Touareg, and of course the Lamborghini Urus, which are all in the same family. So it's basically Bentley's first SUV in the market. So you have a choice of two engines. You have a V8 4-liter twin-turbo V8 punching roughly about 550 horsepower, and of course the darling, the 6-liter W12 engine that gives you 600 horsepower and 825 newton meters of torque, and of course it's paired to the all-wheel drive system. Top speed, of course, it's limited to 155 miles an hour, and of course you do have an acceleration time of 4.5 seconds. Now if you step inside this particular vehicle, again, the woods and leathers just make it, because this is a bespoke vehicle designed by the British. I can tell you for a fact they have not spared anything. From the dashboard, you do have walnut, you do have also some titanium trim. It just looks amazing, and I can tell you for a fact that if you love the finer things in life, then perhaps the Bentley Bentayga might be your vehicle. Sits 5 people, has plenty of power, plenty of performance, but the biggest question is, how much does it cost? Now, in this market right now, this particular vehicle costs you roughly 40 million shillings. 40 million shillings to own, and of course it's going to come with an extended warranty, because Bentley has an international warranty of 5 years or 100,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first. Plus, parts and service are readily available in the country. So if you have a little bit of money and you want to stash it up on something expensive, then perhaps the Bentley Bentayga is a car for you. On to our second most expensive car on our Kenyan roads, of course, the Mercedes G63 AMG. The G-Wagon has a lot of prominence. If you're looking for something that's different, especially now that we are getting into that election cycle, and you want your wananchi to see you, to feel the presence of your arrival, then the G63 AMG perhaps might just be the vehicle for you. So what does it have? This particular vehicle has been in existence since 1979, and obviously Mercedes-Benz have worked through it. It used to be a proper workhorse, but of course now with the SUV range coming on, Mercedes have always tried to make sure that this particular AMG corresponds to the needs of the consumer. And of course now, with a lot of competition from BMW, Range Rover, and many others, they have actually enhanced the package and of course made it more safer, more powerful, and of course the image still remains boxy, squarey, butch look. I can tell you, if you're looking for anything that's so muscular, perhaps that is the car for you. So what does it have? Underneath, it does have a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 that pumps 580 horsepower, and of course that power is sent to the 4 wheels courtesy of a 9-speed transmission courtesy of Mercedes-Benz. Acceleration times, of course, 0 to 100, 4.5 seconds, top speed limited to 155 miles an hour. We do have some tuners who can actually delimit the vehicle and will probably go around 160 miles an hour. If you're very brave and courageous, about 170. Now, in terms of the capacity, seating capacity, the quality of the materials, it sits 5 people, plenty of good leather, so Arctico leather courtesy of Mercedes-Benz, and of course a spanking new MBUX system that allows you to become an off-road expert and still be able to literally have the ability to talk and sync your phone with the multimedia system. Now, so how much does this car cost? So this particular vehicle is sold and serviced by DT Dobby Kenya. It's going to cost you a cool 43 million shillings. If you have that kind of money and you're a politician and you're thinking of buying and winning the electorate, then perhaps this might be the car for you. So do you reckon that price is good? Send us your thoughts as seen on the social media handles below. The third most expensive vehicle in the Kenyan market is the Mercedes-Benz SClass 580 Maybach. Now, as you know, William Maybach was one of the founders of the Mercedes-Benz, and of course Maybach is associated with luxury. So when you put luxury and the S-Class being the Sonner class, being the halo product from Mercedes-Benz, then you have a special product. Now the 580 is available in different trims, but you do have the bespoke one, the highest, top of the top, the best of the best. Now it comes with a bespoke paint. Of course, it's a two-tone paint, and inside you do have plenty of wood and leather and other trims. So it's handcrafted to give you the maximum comfort that you desire if you're somebody who's looking for that sophistication, that je ne sais quoi we keep on talking about on cars with Big Boy Trev. Inside, as you sit inside, you have an option of having, business class style seating at the back. So basically, the seat can stretch up to 40 degrees. So you lounge and enjoy the vehicle's amenities, which also include quite a number of things, from massaging, heated and cooled seats. Of course, you do have Wi-Fi and navigation coming in as standard. The MBUX allows you to become very productive while on the go as your businessman. And of course, the suspension, the noise, vibration and harshness has been enhanced to ensure that it feels like you're flying Emirates right now on business class going to Dubai, and you're just on Mombasa Road. That is how good that particular S-Class is all about. In terms of power, you do have a 6-liter V12 pumping 640 horsepower and roughly 800 Newton-meters of torque. You can have it as rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, depending on your specification and your needs. Now, in terms of acceleration, 0 to 100 in roughly 4 seconds, top speed of 155 miles an hour or 250 kilometers an hour. Now, all those stats are fantastic, but you're wondering, how much does it cost on the road? Right now, if you're to order this car from DT Dobie, it's going to cost you a cool 40 million shillings. 40. The magic number is 40. So you can imagine, if you just want it and you want to just show that you're presidential, then perhaps the Mercedes-Benz S-Class Maybach 580 is a vehicle for you. Okay, the fourth most expensive vehicle in the Kenyan market has to be the Range Rover SVA Autobiography, the top of the range, the father, the godfather of all SUVs. Now the Range Rover SVA. Remember the word is the. That's the only vehicle that has the word V at the beginning of the sentence. This particular vehicle is also very bespoke, very fine British craftsmanship. So of course you do know that this particular vehicle is built by Jaguar Land Rover, and I was privileged to be part of the launch team a couple of years ago when we went to Morocco and France to just sample this particular vehicle. So what Land Rover have done is to enhance its features and added quite a number of trims. So from English Oxford leather to, of course, a woolly headrest, to quite a number of other subtle things that make it very different. So inside, you can have, just like the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, you do have the business class style of seating. Actually, it's got a pilot seat, and you're able to adjust very comfortably. And of course, the center console and center panel extends all the way to the back to give you a flowing feel. Now, in terms of capabilities, it is still a proper Land Rover. In terms of technology, it's got plenty of that. Of course, it being a proper Land Rover, it's got terrain response 2 4-wheel drive system that makes you an off-road expert. You have quite a number of new engines, from the most powerful 5-liter V8 supercharged with mild hybrid technology to a 3-liter inline 6. You've got plenty of options. Of course, this being a vehicle that can do both work and play, you're able to explore the beautiful country of Kenya, you're able to traverse, get into meetings, go to golf, and the image still remains perfect. So how much does this car cost on the road? Now, if you were to order this car at, obviously, Inchcape being the official dealer, it's going to cost you a cool 30 million shillings, depending on the time, because the currency fluctuations right now is a bit different. But it's about 30 million shillings, and of course the lead time is about 2 to 3 months. And of course you have to specify it, because once you specify it, you can have added extra features. So for example, you can have the retractable side steps, which are very important. You can have different alloys and of course different color paints. Of course, all this adds that sophistication and individualism that Range Rover gives you as a customer. So if you're looking to buy a vehicle that is a Range Rover and it's top of the range, then you are better off with the Range Rover Sport. And finally, this is the last car in this particular review, the most expensive Toyota in the market, of course, being the brand new LC300 that is scheduled to arrive in the country anytime from now. And obviously, everybody's been anxiously waiting for this particular vehicle. So what does it have? Well, Toyota have revised the whole package of this particular LC300, which is the Land Cruiser, the brand new one. And now it is based on the TNGA platform. TNGA is a scalable modular architecture by Toyota that is shared across all the platforms. So it being a box on ladder, box on frame, it still has that TNGA capability, which means it's very sturdy, very robust, very capable on and off-road. Now, the engines, you do have a choice of either diesel or petrol, and they're all 6-cylinder. So a 3.3-liter 6-cylinder, which does roughly 300 horsepower, and the other one is about 400 horsepower, which is fantastic. It gives you good flexibility. 10-speed automatic gearbox, and you do have a torsion differential to help you do the 4x4 things that you probably need to do when you're driving in this beautiful country of Kenya. Inside, they've added quite a number of subtle features that will make you feel very comfortable. Of course, heated front seats, heated and cool front seats. At the back, you do have an option of having also those heated seats. Again, navigation, certain navigation, multimedia complexity of that system allows you to literally control all the 4x4 aspects. The multimedia system that actually has Wi-Fi and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto support. I mean, all that in a package that is very durable and can actually survive in Africa for only 22 million shillings. That is the price that I understand to be quoted, starting from 22. Obviously, you can extend all the way to the back, all the way, depending on what you add as optional features. Now, if you're interested about all the new information about the Toyota LC300 Land Cruiser, please visit their showroom along Uhuru Highway, or you can go online and check them out on their pages, and you'll be able to get a good quote on how much this car costs. So that has been the most expensive 5 vehicles in our current market. Tell us, which one would you pick? Would you pick the top of the range Bentayga or this particular LC300? Which one is your pick? Send us your thoughts as seen on the social media handles below. So until next time, this is Big Boy Trev. Drive safe, be safe. Guys, it's a beautiful day today, and Kazi Big Boy Trev is right here on ground, on location at Serena Hotel to witness the unveiling and relaunch of the Caltex brand. Of course, Caltex now is back in the country. Remember, Caltex was a very strong brand back then in the 90s and the 80s, and now it's back. And of course, partnerships have made this happen. We do have AFL. AFL is the African Fuel and Lubes company, of course, with its subsidiary, the Tristar company. They've partnered with Chevron to create that synergy, to create these particular oils and lubes for our market. Remember, Kenya is a very interesting market, and now these particular oils are being blended. So what type of oils do you have? You have the Afal line, which is based for gasoline or petrol engines, and you have Dello for the diesel engines. So all these oils that are blended with the highest quality, you know, the SN rating, and of course it is able to protect your car and your engine from obviously rust, degradation, and of course preventing of friction, making sure that your vehicle has less downtime, and not only that, you're able to give your engine longevity so that you're able to be productive. So that said, it's time for me to just have a quick rundown with a few people who are instrumental in making this particular launch happen, and here are some of the highlights.
Our chief guest, the Cabinet Administrative Secretary, the National Treasury and Planning, Mr. Eric Ofuko. Good to see you, good to have you here. Chevron, Rochna Kaul, Vice President, Europe, Africa, Middle East, South Asia Sales, and Global Marine. I hope I'm going to say this name correctly. So Jody Jimeno. I did. Jody Jimeno, it's good to have you here. So Manager, Middle East International Fuel and Lubricants. Ahmed Taha, VC Sales Manager, East Africa International Fuel and Lubricants. Mr. Paradise Hotel, Channel Marketing Specialist from Tristar in absentia, but will be speaking to us by video. Eugene Main, the Group Chief Executive Officer, Tristar. The General Manager, Tristar Kenya, Abhijit Samar. Distinguished guests, my colleagues from the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afal launch of the Caltex local blending. It's the culmination of the signing of Chevron Brands International and Afal Manufacturing Limited. Like I said, my name is Jimmy Gato. I'm a media practitioner and a thespian by profession. I got kind of shut up myself because sometimes, you know, once upon a time you see your test bed, you wonder what you are. But that's what which is bread on my table. I'll be your MC. Before I invite our first speaker, who will tell a powerful story, let me invite Martin from Sudan, just to give us a security brief for what not to do.
CS, Honorable Lord Eric Wafuo, National Treasury and Planning, Secretary Hezekiah Opeyo, Madam Rashna Paul, Vice President, Chevron, Europe, Middle East, Africa, South Asia Sales and Global Marine, senior officials from Caltex, Middle East and Africa region, distinguished guests, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to be standing before you this morning. It's actually very, very important for me to repeat that statement again, that I am very, very happy that all of you are present today. First, let me welcome and thank you all for taking time to join us as we launch this new relationship and as we celebrate the manufacturing of Caltex lubricants in Kenya. So, I will speak a little bit about our story, about how we came into existence and how things moved on. So Africa Fuels and Lubricant, Afal, the company, was incorporated in the year 2011 to pursue oil and gas opportunities into African continent. The company is owned by Tristar Group, which has a global presence in 21 countries across the Middle East, Africa, Asia, the Pacific, and Americas. And we are into diversified business of logistics, fuel movements, shipping, lubricants, warehousing, chemicals, etc., etc. In 2013, we launched Caltex back into East Africa in the year 2013. We had a distributorship agreement with Caltex at that time, and we were the authorized distributor for the Dello and the Havolin plants, as well as we were doing industrial lubricants in Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. As so many of you senior people sitting here, you all know, Caltex is not a new name here. It was a household name. Everybody knew about Caltex. And as we went into the market, we came across numerous stories. We met so many people who told us how they were associated with Caltex. In fact, we got to see so many pictures. I'll share one picture with you on the screen here. This is a Caltex station of 1980s in Nairobi itself. Going forward, what we see now is the mutual trust and the satisfaction from this 8 years long relationship with Caltex. Last month we announced, that means Chevron, Caltex and Afal announced the licensing agreement. It was covered in the press, it was covered in the media, and digitally also we got a lot of coverage. We have announced a long-term licensing agreement to manufacture and market Caltex branded lubricants. We are starting a new journey in East Africa by starting the local blending operations. This is a very proud and satisfying moment for us. Now with local manufacturing, we look forward to expanding our presence into all markets. We are already present, we have an extensive network, but we now know that we can even go much deeper, increase our visibility, availability, and of course meeting the expectations of the ever-increasing customer demands. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you again for taking your precious time, sharing it with us, and coming here to support us on this lovely day. Thank you for honoring us with your presence. Thank you very much. In Swahili we say asante, and we also say we keep the word moving.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As you have heard, Madam Betty Maina,
who was invited to be the guest of honor here, is in the US. So I've sent myself to the central. Therefore, I read the statement she has sent from that side. She thought she was going to come back, but she's able to present. Allow me to pass the greetings to the following. Chevron General Manager, Europe, Middle East, Madam Tristar, Tristar Chief Executive Officer, who is online, Afal Manufacturing, Limited General Manager, Tashama was spoken here, the partners that Madam Bailey did not list, you are close to our hearts. Today we are celebrating a solid partnership between Chevron, Tristar, we will see Caltex. We are therefore honored to be here today to officially launch this local blending partnership, which integrates our development agenda, as we have mentioned before, by growing the manufacturing sector and promoting and attracting FDI, as Eugene has already given us some of the highlights of it. Those growth projections are real, and they are not static. We are looking forward to a trajectory that will go higher than the 3 to 4%. The landscape in Kenya and the entire East Africa region, expanding to Africa, the lubricants market will continue to grow.
I am Abhijit Sharma. I am the General Manager here at Afal Tristar, Kenya. This is a very proud moment for us. Launching, or what we say is, as we are starting the blending operations in Kenya for the Caltex lubricants. Caltex lubricants was already available in the market. We were importing it. Now this step is to make the product in Kenya for Kenya and other neighboring countries. It's a very important step in terms of spreading the product more deeper and wider into the market. So we operate in all segments, both digital as well as physical. The easiest way to know where we are located is in our website. We have the store locator option. Please click on it. You can locate the nearest shop or the fuel station. You can also order online, for which there is a process you register. It's very simple. We also have presence pan Kenya. We have distributors, resellers who are selling the authorized products. It's available across the country. Caltex gives the best value for money, the best product which is available, and let's keep things moving.
Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
Rochna Mr. Call. I work in Chevron. I'm responsible for our fuels and lubricants business in Europe, Africa, Middle East, South Asia, and our global marine business. We've recently signed an agreement with Afal. It's a long-term branded play that we have with the Afal group, part of the Tristar group, and it's really giving them marketing and distribution rights, exclusive rights for Kenya and neighboring markets around Kenya. So really the East Africa side of things for Chevron lubricants. So that's really what the deal is about. What will be a big part of enabling the deal is the local manufacturing in Kenya. So we will have the same products to Chevron quality standards and technology, but blended locally right here in Nairobi in Kenya. So the exclusive rights that we have with Afal for branded lubricants is not just for Kenya, it's also for Tanzania, Uganda, non-exclusive for DRC, for the Republic of Congo, as well as a few other markets like Rwanda. So that is the geographical scope. The production facility will be out of Nairobi, but the Afal group will be covering markets, not just Kenya, but around Kenya in East Africa.